Hey folks, it's Sam, and I'm making this quick recording here to give an update. Very important update. I haven't been live in a while, and especially with this recent eclipse energy, I've been laying low a little bit. But you can see here on this chart, we have quite a lot of planets here in Scorpio right now, an intense pileup of planets that is happening. You see they're opposite Mars in Taurus. So all this Scorpio energy, a big shift from Libra to Scorpio. And you could see Mercury and Venus here are within like 1 degree of each other, and they will be tracking about 1 degree of each other and also behind the sun, what's called combust, for about this next week. So there's quite a lot here that I want to talk about and that I'm going to do in this video. So hang on tight and we'll get right to that. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell on YouTube to get notified of new videos and live streams. Also, leave a comment, share it with others on Facebook, Twitter, or other social media platforms. So as I said, we're talking today about this Sun, Mercury, and Venus in Scorpio. Also, they're opposite Mars in Taurus. Now, this has been a big shift that just happened the last few days. Well, actually, they moved into Scorpio earlier this week, or I'm sorry, at the end of last week. But now the Sun has also moved into Scorpio. Especially Mercury and Venus in Scorpio now are pretty sort of probing and maybe a little bit emotionally reactive. You could see that they're within 1 degree, which is called a planetary war. There are different ways to analyze the planetary war. And what happens in the planetary war is that we see literally the planets sort of fighting with each other, it's said. Who wins the planetary war is often a subject of debate. But when they get this close in ecliptic longitude, their energies kind of mix. And then especially given the fact that they're both in Scorpio, no matter how you look at it, it's quite contentious, especially because they're also combust. Now, combustion is also very important. They're behind the sun, so their energy is getting purified as they pass through the rays of the sun. So like they're on the other side of the sun, and then the rays of Mercury and Venus pass through the sun and then get amplified. So there's a lot of power in this Mercury Venus right now, which means that the sun is really amplifying their energy quite a bit. But again, what can happen is we can feel kind of irritable and frustrated, and particularly around Scorpio themes, which have to do with, again, the potential for like jealousy, darker emotions, projections, feeling unappreciated, feeling like we have to protect ourselves against those who have disrespected us, things like that. So you might be feeling this kind of reactivity. And in fact, Venus and Mercury will continue through Scorpio for the next several weeks as well. In fact, they'll be, until like early December. We'll have Mercury and Venus in Scorpio, and they'll be tracking pretty close to each other. And again, like you see here, Mars is also opposite up here in Taurus, and he's retrograde. And there's an exchange between Mars and Venus. For example, Mars is in Venus's sign and Venus is in Mars's sign. So again, whenever you get Mars and Venus interacting intensely this way, there can be quite a bit of sort of mixing of that energy, which means that the energy that we're trying to use to compromise and get along with people is also being hotly contested. So we sort of compromise in one way, and then we sort of fight to reclaim the territory in the next. So for example, Mars is in Taurus, where it's trying to be more accommodating, but then Venus is in Scorpio, where it's less accommodating and more fired up and intense. And in the midst of that, Mercury is also there interpreting and even sort of speaking about it. So there could be some harshness. So just to let you know, and again, we're just coming out of this eclipse cycle as well. So there's quite a bit of working through and transforming of our Libra Scorpio energies, which are the energies of compromise and of our agreements and of playing fair and feeling like things are fair, which is the Libra principle. And those are becoming more in this realm of Scorpio, which is protecting our vulnerabilities and insecurities. So we're kind of moving into that area quite a bit for the next couple of weeks. I also wanted to show you, and as you can see, this below here on the screen, it says, get the 2023 forecast, the 10 most important shifts, and Saturn in Aquarius for you. It's free, and I really invite you to get this 2023 forecast. I do these every year, the 10 biggest shifts of 2023. It's right around the corner, and you can go there. Again, these are the things that I analyze, and all you need to do is pick a date and time, sign up for it, and just register. And there you go. It's free. I do these every year, and people really love these forecasts. So go ahead and take care of that. You can just click. It's actually 2023vedicastrology.com. That's the website, 2023vedicastrology.com. And make sure to do that. Again, totally free, more than an hour long. And the one thing that you'll really learn is this Saturn, he's about to move into Aquarius. I'm going to do a longer video on this very soon. He's moving into Aquarius, and it's really like the end of what I call the COVID era, because right when Saturn went into Capricorn, that's when COVID hit and all the lockdowns hit, and we're moving out of that cycle now. And you might not notice it, but notice how things feel to you, how we're sort of moving out of that, what felt so heavy, and trying to take those lessons forward into the Aquarius realm. So it's very important that you know how those things are going to shape your life. And so when you get this free 2023 Vedic astrology forecast, I'm going to talk about the 10 biggest shifts, but especially that Saturn in Aquarius for your sign. So just wanted to also let you know of that. So again, this quick update is to let you know that there has been a few big shifts lately, particularly a big shift over into the Scorpio energy. It's been coming. In fact, even right after the full moon lunar eclipse that we had a couple weeks ago, like 10 days ago or so, we started to see the shift of Mercury, Venus into Scorpio. And then a few days ago, Sun also went into Scorpio. I talked about this in my November forecast, that we had this big shift coming, and now we're in it. So I said I would do an update, and here it is. So I hope it's that you're hanging in there okay with all of the big shifts that have been happening lately. These eclipses have been pretty intense. I've been laying low, haven't been doing as many updates, but I wanted to go ahead and do this one. And again, this Scorpio energy is always something where we need to be careful, but there's a lot of richness and a lot of depth that we can also really get to, where we can go deeper into our emotional triggers and buttons and those projections and those insecurities that we have. And especially now we're seeing all this Anuradha Nakshatra energy. Anuradha is related to the god Mitra, who is the god of friendship, friendliness, wanting to share with others, and in a spirit of cooperation and friendship. And it's also very much about a devotional quality of Scorpio. Scorpio can be one of the most devotional signs because it's that fixed water. So once something goes deep into our heart and we're not so needy and we don't want to get something from it or them, many times Scorpio has a problem with people that they have a lot of desires with. Again, this is why things like romantic partnerships and whatnot can be harder for Scorpio, because there's a lot of desires there. And with the deeper desires, there's a deeper kind of wounding, and then a sort of fear and a projection and a sort of control and domination structure. But outside of that kind of emotional neediness, Scorpio is very emotionally courageous, very devotional. And when there's things where there's pure love, like for friends, or even for for God and Guru, even like animals, and, being protective of those who need protecting, Scorpio is one of the best. They'll hang in there through thick and thin. And those are great lessons for these times that we're in right now. Sandy said, thank you for all your share. And that you're sending out to the world. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I hope the same for you and for everyone. And Dr. Christopher Martin said blessings. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. And again, this is just a quick update. It's around midnight here. It's about to go to bed, but I wanted to share this because I've been feeling this and having quite a bit of, quite a few people really reaching out lately saying that, what's been happening in the sky. So this is what's been happening. So again, I appreciate if you would share this with others and whatnot. And make sure to go and get the free 2023 Vedic Astrology Forecast. Again, it's free. You could set up a time to watch it, a real dedicated time to spend an hour or so to really digest this and let it inform you all of next year, because it's all of these shifts, as you see, throughout the whole year. So you'll want to know that. So you take care, and we'll be in touch. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell on YouTube to get notified of new videos and live streams. Also, leave a comment, share it with others on Facebook, Twitter, or other social media platforms.